Hey everybody, welcome to Live at 5 here at Island Music Company. We cut the countdown a little short, just because I was ready and it was 5 o'clock, so why not? Today's pretty simple. We got 3 guitars I really want to highlight to y'all, and that's pretty much it. But they're 3 really cool pieces. We've been starting to get in more Fender custom shops. We got in a limited edition artist model guitar from Fender, and then FU Tone Guitars just recently kind of like restocked their inventory, and we have a handful of those here. So I want to walk through those and show you what's going on there. So let's start first with the FU Tone guitars. All right, this is the FU Tone Pro guitar. It's the Tiffany Blue finish is what they call this. It's pretty neat. It's got the FU Tone pickups, but the cool thing about these guitars, and this is what everyone goes crazy about, is let me set my notes down here. The FU Tone guitars feature all of the upgraded FU Tone parts. So if you're familiar with FU Tone at all, it's mainly because you've probably put the blocks in your guitar, you've probably upgraded the claw, the springs, the screws all in the back. FU Tone also offers all kinds of setups as far as the bridge goes. Kill switch, you can the components, whether it's the inserts, the screws, anything on here. Of course, you can get the D-Tuna. Drew a blank on that name for a second there. But these are fully loaded, fully upgraded guitars, and they're phenomenal. They shred, they rip, anything you're looking to do. This is the guitar you should be looking into. They're They're highly sought after. The day we got these in stock, we sold 3 of them. They don't stick around very long, so check them out on Reverb. We have them on Reverb. We have them on our website. We have them in here in store. So if you like, say for example, 80s, you're an 80s guitar player, you like shredding, you like being able to just wail on these things, this is the guitar you need to check out. Like I said, they come fully loaded. Along with these coming fully loaded, we also now fully stock everything. So if you need, maybe you want to put blue springs in your guitar, maybe you want to put yellow inserts or screws in your guitar, we have all those parts. So if you have a guitar with a Floyd Rose, bring it in and get that thing souped up and upgraded. You just got a guitar that's just a simple, tremolo whammy system. Bring it in. We have blocks for them for most guitars, most Fenders, Ibanez, Jacksons, most things that use a Floyd Rose as well. But yeah, we have all these blocks. Bring them in. We'll find the block that fits, and you'll notice a massive improvement as far as the sustain and projection and just a full-bodied sound coming from your guitar. They also have treatment for acoustics. So whether they make bridge pins for your acoustic guitars, titanium and brass. I've been putting the brass pins in my acoustics for, I don't know, probably about 3-4 years now. And it's an instant improvement. If you have a small-bodied guitar, but you want to get more volume at it in certain settings, just put these brass bridge pins in there, and right away you notice a huge difference that comes off of everything from your guitar. And I think for a while we were putting them on some like $250 Yamahas, and they were sounding like a nice $500-600 Yamaha. So it's a nice improvement to any acoustic guitar. So come on in and check in everything that we have from FU Tone, whether it be their fully loaded guitars, the FU Tone Pro guitars, or whether it just be parts that you want to upgrade any of the guitars that you already have. We've got them here for you here at Island Music. All right, this has been, everyone's been looking for it. I've had a lot of questions about them. There was a lot of hype put on the internet about them before they came out. But this is the Fender Tom DeLonge limited edition Strat. Hardtail, single pickup in the bridge, and you guessed it, volume. But then, yeah, you got your volume knob, nice Perloid pickguard, cool custom plate on the back of the neck. And really, it's just as simple as that. It doesn't get any more complicated than this. Hardtail, humbucker, volume, boom. I mean, Tom DeLonge, in his video with Fender, he even says like sometimes we get focused on the intricacies of that go into an instrument, and it might limit your playability, might limit your creativity. And he's real big on just like going back to the root of it all, the basics of it all, and lets you create in a different way. And let's be honest, like as great as Blink-182 is, and as much of an impact that Blink-182 has had on music over the years, it doesn't really need anything more than this. I mean, like this, P bass and Travis Barker, and you're set, and you can do all the Blink-182 in the world. It is the Seymour Duncan Invader pickup, in case you're wondering. We have, this is graffiti yellow, and then there's the standard black. Those are the only ones I have left in stock right now. If you want the Daphne blue or the Seafoam surf green, they're kind of interchangeable. Just give us a call and we'll order them. There's a little bit of a back order on them just because they've hit the market hard and they're going real quick. So, but they are limited edition. So if you want to get yours on order, give us a call, come on in and place the order. Do it sooner rather than later, because I'm not sure how long these are going to be around, especially considering how popular they are. If they're already massively back ordered, who knows? But come on in and check. We can always look it up for you, and we'd like to help you find the guitar you're interested in. But yeah, the Fender Tom DeLonge signature hardtail Strat limited edition. Pretty neat. I had one of my best friends came in the other day. He saw we had them. He came in, bought the very first one. And he was so excited because he was, he remembers being like 12 or 15 years old and going to the music store 20 years ago when the original ones came out. And he really wanted it then, but he couldn't get it then. Well, here he is 20 years later, and he's able to get it. So it's cool, right? So don't miss out. If it's something you're really interested in, something you really want, take that chance and make it happen. Take home your new guitar. Take home the guitar from your hero, Tom DeLonge. All right, and the last guitar we're going to talk about here today is a custom shop from Fender. We've been getting several Fender custom shops in lately, and it's always exciting. They always look phenomenal. They always feel great. They always play amazingly well. And it's great because the coolest thing about them is they're all different. Not just because, obviously, they're most of them that we order tend to be, reissues of previous years or whatever, but there's different characteristics to them. You can hold up 3 heavy relict Fender custom shop guitars, and each one is going to have a different stroke pattern from, maybe where the arm would have been rubbing against the guitar. The frets are going to be worn out differently. The neck's going to have a different tint to it, and they do a phenomenal job at that. So I want to go over this one here, and what's really cool, any Fender custom shop you order comes with this book, and in this book is the tag that would have been on the guitar. Say if you go to a shop and the guitar's hanging up, this tag is usually on there. It shows you who worked on it in prep, who worked on it in assembly, who tuned and tested it, who inspected it. It has its part number, serial number, and there's usually some extra coding up here that's not really specific to anyone outside of the factory. And then, as you move over this way, this is the build sheet. This sheet follows the guitar through the entire build process of the guitar. So when it goes from prep to assembly, from assembly to testing, this paper's with it because it has all the details that are on the guitar. And then the certificate of authenticity tells you that it's the limited Tomatillo Telly custom and journeyman relic with the serial number on there. And then signed by, let's see, who do we get to do this one? The director of the custom shop is who signs it, and it's Tim Baylor. So there you go. Hand signed by Tim Baylor himself. But let's see. Let's go over the specs, and then I'll pull the guitar down. We can look it over. So looking at this, see if I can get my lighting. Let's see. All right, so yeah, so there's the Tomatillo on the finish. It's got the binding on the body. Yeah, very cool. And so what's cool about here is as you look through here, it's going to tell you, like, it tells you it uses micarta for the side dots. It tells you the vintage Telly hardware, engraved with the serial number, no strap locks, Tells you all the specs. It breaks down in there and tells you in there. The paper. There's more to it if you take it out, but I don't want to rip it on accident and then it'll be messed up for whoever buys it, because that's no cool. But if you go through it, it breaks it all down for you. It tells you everything about the hardware and the electronics. It comes with the 50s style case, since it is probably it's a 51 no-caster is really what the base model of the guitar is. So I'm going to set this down, we'll hold the guitar, and we'll go over it. I can tell right away just from holding it, just from holding that neck. It's already, you can tell it's a 50s Tele. It's pretty cool. So the Journeyman Relic is, I'd say it's kind of like somewhere in the middle of their relicing when it comes to it. You have new old stock, you have closet, you have heavy aged, ultra aged, light aged. Journeyman, I feel like, falls somewhere in the middle of that when you start looking at it. You can see starting to see the crackling in the finish on the top of the guitar. On the back of the guitar, you can see like maybe there was some buckle rash. You can see a little bit more crackling in the finish. All kinds of like little spots on it where you see maybe it got pressed against something. Maybe someone, from setting it against the amp is like, it's kind of like recreating what it would look like there. It's got some fret wear in the neck, but not much. And so the Journeyman Relic is definitely, oh yeah, you can on the back sand it out from all the use of moving up and down the neck and playing. The Journeyman Relic kind of dictates and brings back what a guitar might look like from someone who regularly gigged with a guitar that's this old. And I got to, ooh man, super light too, phenomenal. The vintage has the patent and everything there. Yeah, they do a great job on the custom shop. Even if you've never played one, just come in and hold one, check it out. We got in another Tele today. That one's a thin line, and it's got like that blue flower paint job on the top of it. The back of the body matches. Also has a brilliant binding to match the top and the back to each other. But yeah, Fender custom shops. We have more on order. We have more coming in. We're pretty big fans of them here. So if you haven't checked them out yet, I remember a few episodes ago we talked about the Bass 6, and stuff's always moving. So I think we got a couple Teles, maybe a couple Strats in stock. So yeah, come on in, check out the Fender custom shop. It's phenomenal stuff. And then we do custom shop orders, so we always have stuff on order. So you never know what's coming in. Something different always comes in every day. It's pretty cool. So yeah, Fender custom shop. This is the no-caster Tomatillo finish. They did a great job on the neck. I really like this. This is phenomenal. I say that word a lot. It's pretty cool. But yeah, Fender custom shop. Come on in, check them out. Come in, hang out with us. We'll go over them with you. We got some cool kind of special ideas specific from Island Music that we're going to start throwing on these guitars. So yeah, pretty excited. I just keep looking it over. It's pretty neat. Vintage style tuners, custom shop stamp on the back of the headstock, the engraving limited edition on the neck, on the back of the neck plate. Yeah, and then what I really like is something that might be an oversight for some people is that because it is a built to spec of a reissue instrument, the serial number is going to be on the back of the neck. It is not on the guitar itself visible, so you have to take the neck off to get to it. That's pretty cool. Sweet. Oh yeah, and then of course truss rod adjustment down here, like it would have been in the 50s. So yeah, these are phenomenal guitars. If you ever want to get an idea of what a guitar was like in the 50s, just hold a custom shop. You'll get there pretty close. So yeah, that's the 3 guitars for today, and we're gonna wrap up here. So we've got our Fender custom shop limited edition Tele, super lightweight, classic 50s neck, worn down the finish, super easy to move up and down if you're trying to get all over. It's going to have these classic 50s tone coming from it. Comes with a classic 50s case. Can't go wrong there. FU tone guitars. Kill switch. Fully loaded bridge. The brass block. Springs. Screws. Well, not brass springs, but updated springs. You know. We have them in Let's see, this was Tiffany blue. We have them in antique white, natural, transparent red, transparent green, sunburst, seafoam green, and I think we have one in a yellow left. Bright, not quite like this yellow though. This is a different kind of yellow. This is graffiti yellow from the Tom DeLonge limited edition Fender Strat. Hardtail, Seymour Duncan Invader Bridge, volume control. What more could you need for the pop punk icon himself, Tom DeLonge? Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. All right, so that's all we got for you this week here on Live at 5. Next week, we've got some pretty cool things coming into the store and a few things that kind of snuck in during this week. So I'm excited to kind of touch base on that and see what else we can get into, whether it be pedals, amps, guitars, drums, used gear. Yeah, we'll see what we got. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Until then, keep playing.